After calling more than 24 witnesses in the first 2 days of the Abuelazam murder trial, the prosecution slowing the pace on day 3. Abuelazam is accused of the serial stabber on trial for the August 2010 murder of Arnold Minor in Flint. NBC 25's Dylan Collier live outside of the courthouse with more on what the prosecution calls the most crucial part of their case. Dylan?
And Bill, a DNA analysis expert from the Michigan State Police testifying that Minor's DNA matched blood on the shoes and clothing of Abuelazam. And for the first time, the prosecution tied other alleged victims directly to the accused serial killer. After hearing testimony from a fingerprint expert linking Abuelazam to the SUV allegedly used during the stabbing spree, the prosecution called Kristen Schelling to the stand. Schelling processed blood samples found on blue jeans and shoes belonging to Abuelazam.
The red-brown stain from the lateral heel of the New Balance shoe matches the DNA profile from BP10 3726-8D1, the known blood from Arnold Minor.
The prosecution's key witness then testified about blood from Frank Kellybrew. Kellybrew was stabbed to death in the early morning hours of July 30th, 2010, near Miller and Linen Roads in Flint Township, 3 days before Minor was killed.
The major DNA types obtained from that same sample number match the DNA types from BP10 3726-8B as in boy 1, known blood sample from Frank Kellybrew at 11 of the 13 locations.
Dr. Alicia Wilson, who took the stand Tuesday, returned to the stand and testified that Kellybrew died in a similar manner to Minor.
The stab wound of the center of the chest, it actually entered the heart and the liver. Again, it caused significant bleeding into the pericardial sac, or the sac that holds the heart. The cause of death was determined to be due to multiple stab wounds, and the manner of death was homicide.
Flint Township Police took the stand late this afternoon and described the scene where Kellybrew's body was found. The prosecution trying to establish a pattern of violent stabbings done by one man during the summer of 2010. Prosecutor David Layton met with the media moments ago and talked about why today's testimony is so crucial to the county's case.
She's very organized, she's very bright, and she explained it very clearly about the DNA matches to Arnold Minor and the DNA match to Frank Kellybrew, and I don't think the defendant can explain how their blood got on his shoe, in his car, and on his blue jeans.
The prosecution will also call alleged victims of Abuelazam that survived being stabbed. As we mentioned earlier this week, Abuelazam charged in 6 separate cases with assault with the intent to commit murder. Week 1 of testimony wraps up tomorrow. No testimony Monday, which is reserved for Judge Fullerton to hear motions from both sides. Layton says the prosecution could rest as early as Tuesday. Live in Flint, Dylan Collier, NBC 25 News.